Hello, my name is Mrs. Cogswell, and I will be your child's AP Calculus AB teacher this year. So, a little bit about this course. We of course follow the AP curriculum, but there is an option. Students can either take this for AP credit or they could take it for ACP credit, which AP of course is one exam, one day. ACP is through IU Bloomington, it's M211, and it's kind of nice because they have the midterm from IU, they'll have the final exam from IU. There's more grades that go into it, but it is a permanent grade on their undergraduate transcript. So I caution students sometimes on choosing that route, but sometimes that's a perfect fit for a particular student. So if you think your child would be interested in that ACP, the dual credit, please have them come talk to me. But the vast majority of students will take this for AP credit and take that AP exam. And that is what, I hate to say that we teach to a test, but that AP exam is an awesome, awesome exam, and it really tests the students on their knowledge. So as we prepare for that exam, they are really getting a thorough understanding of calculus. So. Now, in here we'll use, of course, Canvas, but we also have WebAssign, and WebAssign is their access to their online textbook. We do check your understandings for each section. So they do their textbook homework, and then they're supposed to do a check your understanding, which is just 4 questions, and it lets me see how they're doing on their homework, and at the same time they can get feedback on what they're grasping and what they're not. And then the pacing of this course, we usually finish the curriculum around spring break. And then after spring break, we just go into review mode, and a lot of times we'll go back and just reiterate all the concepts. Students will sometimes have aha moments. They're finally grasping. And then, yeah, we get ready for that AP exam. And then after the AP exam, if there's time, we'll do a project. So student expectations, I always tell them, you need to be committed to this course. When you're in my classroom, we're engaged in math. And then there is some level of homework they have to do to be successful. You learn calculus through practice and struggling. So we really talk about that and emphasize that in class. And of course, being engaged, which I don't hardly ever have an issue. I would let you know if I was concerned about your student not being engaged. And then communication, if they're struggling, or if you see them spending 3 hours on their homework and crying every night, please let me know. Homework shouldn't take, I mean, it is calculus. It is going to take a little bit longer, but calculus should not be stressing them out. And if you see that, please communicate with me. And I beg the students to come in during SSRT if they need help, or I'm also available before school. And then technology, they are to have their cell phones in their backpack during the class period. Again, engagement. And I haven't had an issue with that yet. And those students who I start to notice have to steal glances at their phone, I'll talk to them. Maybe move them closer to the front. And I think it's excellent going into college. They need to learn how to put their devices away and check in to class. And the vast majority of them are doing awesome. So. Okay, so we have Canvas, and this is what my Canvas course looks like. And you can see where they can click on the current syllabus. That will say what their homework is, upcoming assessments, stuff like that. And then the chapter pages are where they'll find the completed notes, solutions to their worksheets that we've handed out. There's the link to WebAssign, that's their online textbook, and their check your understandings for each section. And then the relearning we'll talk about in just a minute. But I also have a YouTube channel that I made during COVID. I'm just going to keep it up there. If they ever miss class, they can watch a video on me explaining the concepts. And then some other links. And there's my contact information. Graphing calculators, I listed what they need to have a graphing calculator. Half of the AP exam is graphing calculator, the other half is no calculator. So we've already been using graphing calculators in class, but it is extremely helpful for them to have a graphing calculator at home while they're doing their homework. So they do rent them at the bookstore, and please have your student come see me if financially it's an issue to get a calculator, or if they don't know what type they want to get. So how we grade this course, 10% is formative, so that's homework, the check your understandings, quizzes, anything that's helping them see if they're understanding the concepts in preparation for a test. And tests are in the summative category. So tests are the bulk of the grade, and we try to structure this how a college course would be structured. So, and so far, the first quiz, they're taking it this week. The first quiz, I kind of like that it's on the formative. It takes the stress away a little bit, but it also shows them what I'm grading, and they can still learn before those big exams that determine their grade. So, and then AP exams, or excuse me, the exams are AP style. So the quizzes will be more skills-based, and along with any homework checks we do in class and those check your understandings. But then when they take a test, those will be more AP style questions. But I'll make sure we have a nice transition and they'll be prepared. And then new learning, they can retake all tests in this class. And I even think the last test of the semester, we should have enough time for them to retake. So we'll have a set date in class that they can do their relearning on a test. And I just have some basic requirements. They'll need to have their check your understandings completed. They need to have demonstrated in class that they're engaged and they put a good effort in on that first test. But I'm okay with relearning. I don't see a problem with it, and I encourage students. Sometimes students get a little behind, and sometimes the concepts get a little overwhelming, and it takes them maybe a couple more days or weeks to finally grasp something, so that relearning allows for that, and I think that's perfectly fine. So there's my email, and please never hesitate to contact me. If you see your student struggling, please let me know. They put on a brave face when they're in here, but if they are crying at home or they're really stressed, please communicate. Or if something is going on at home that you think might be affecting their performance in the classroom, please, please, please let me know. And I will, again, if I see anything, I will let you know as well. But I'm really excited to be your student's calculus teacher. I absolutely love calculus, and my goal, I've told them, is to help them find their love for math. And hopefully we will make that work this year. So thank you so much. I look forward to a great year.